Tommy Show. Hello.
Basically like a flying couch.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Tommy Show video. Today I'm reviewing a very special LEGO set. This is a Disney Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willy set 21317. It includes 751 pieces, and this is a speed build and review video. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the box. Of course, starting at the front, we have the Steamboat Willy ship right there with the SS Willy on the side, as well as the 1928 there, which is when the sort of short came out, as well as Minnie and Mickey, better known as Steamboat Willy. And then in the top left, we have all of our information like the set name, as well as the Disney Mickey Mouse Lego recommended building age, which for the set is 10. I'm 13, so I think I'm fine. And then in the bottom left, we have the piece count, which is 751. In the bottom right, we have a little thing that says boat does not float, which I don't know why some people have tried testing it, because it says on the package, boat does not float. But as well in the bottom right, we have the LEGO ideas as well as the number. This is 024. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back. So the back has more of the same information that we saw on the front. We have the LEGO logo as well as the Mickey Mouse and the Disney little thing up there. In the bottom left, we have some half-transparent pieces on some film, as well as a whole bunch of images and the boat with some little arrows pointing and showing what moves. So the steam wheel as well as the smokestacks articulate, which I saw Jane's review on this. Jane Bricks, he's a pretty popular guy, as well as a whole bunch of flash-up images below that. I like the one on this side, or towards this side of the box, especially because the hook is popping out of the image and Minnie is hanging on it, which is pretty cool, which I believe that's supposed to relate back to the original short when Mickey is going along the river and Minnie has to jump onto the hook to get on. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the sides. So here is the right side of the package. This has the LEGO logo as well as Disney Mickey Mouse, and down towards the bottom we have the original Steamboat Willy in sort of a purple-ish color. It's not actually just black and white down there. So on this side, once again, we have the LEGO logo and the Mickey Mouse Disney logo. And then we have I believe, Steamboat Willy in a different language. I think that's Spanish, and then some more different language context below that, as well as the Steamboat Willy down there with the purple color again. So let's go ahead and take a look at the top and bottom, starting with the top. So the top of the package has a pretty long read up there, so you guys can pause the video and read that if you want. I'll go ahead and focus it in here. So there's the read, and then we also have the set number and the LEGO logo, as well as some film with Mickey walking with the little Steamboat Willy hat on, which is cool. And then this image right here that you can see here is the actual size. So the bottom of the package once again has the LEGO logo as well as the set number, and most of it is just the sort of darkened white with the grayish sort of tint to it, as well as another read there, which I'll zoom in the camera a little bit. Sorry about that tune in the background. With a bit of a read there, and then also the lego.com/service. I believe that's for help and things. And then a whole bunch of other things with the proof of purchase, and this is the item number, so there's that if you guys want to see that. And all of that is on some more old film, which runs around most of the package. So there is the box. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the bags. So to get the box open, all you have to do is go to the bottom of the package, and there are two pieces of tape which you can just cut or rip, which I would recommend cutting because this is such a nice box, which I don't plan on throwing away because this is just an immaculate box. And then you just have to flap those open, and then on the inside we have a black finish as well as all of our bags. Let's go ahead and jump this out in Joel Me So style with slow motion. So here's everything included. We have the instruction book, two of these larger ship pieces, which are going to construct the front and back at the top. And then we have a small bag 2, a large bag 2, a large bag 3, a small bag 3, a big bag 1, a small bag 1, and an even smaller bag 1. So let's go ahead and start building. So here is our two minifigures. We get Minnie and Mickey, which earlier when I had said that this is Steamboat Willie, this isn't Steamboat Willie. The boat is Steamboat Willie. Sorry about that. So I have Mickey and Minnie. Minnie is of course holding her little guitar. I don't want to call it a guitar, but I want to call it a banjo. I really don't know. I don't know much about music, so if I'm getting that wrong, sorry. You can correct me in the comments. But we have Minnie's little hat up here, which is using the little peg hole on top, and Mickey has his little Steamboat Willie hat on. And then, come to think of it, the characters are actually not just black and white, they also have sort of a gunmetal gray on them, which is quite reflective. Minnie doesn't have as much of it as Mickey, because Mickey has this printing right here, as well as the bottom of his feet and the top of his hat, whereas Minnie just has her skirt, feet, and hat, which I guess they kind of have the same amount. But Mickey, I have holding the sheet music, which they actually have the goat printed on there, right there. So let's go and take a look at the back. The torsos don't have any printing. Minnie's skirt is the same as any other Minnie, only except this one is in gunmetal gray. And other than that, the back is not too interesting, besides the dual molded legs for both of them. So Minnie is white and black, and Mickey is this sort of gray and black. But other than that, there are our two minifigures. So let's go ahead and start by looking at this little stand. So we have sort of a circular shape with some flat edges on the side. And then in the middle we have a black Mickey sign with just some more circle pieces. This one being the largest in the middle because Mickey's head is larger than his ears. Which it might look a little bit weird if it was the other way around. But down here we have a 1x3 tile with a printed 1928 little sign there, which all the pieces in the set are printed and not stickers. That's very nice for a sort of collectible set. That's what I'd call this. But on the back, here's our little stand. I thought that this was going to be up here and the stand would sit down low like this. But it actually goes right here on the bottom with these slopes sitting like that so that it sits at sort of a steep angle. But other than that, the stand doesn't have anything too awfully special. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the Steamboat Willie, which this is the Steamboat Willie, not Mickey, as I said. But anyway, there you go. There's a look at the features that are on this, or sort of the physical features. Just by rolling this thing around, you not only get the steam wheel rotating, but you also get your smokestack articulating opposite to each other. When one goes up, the other one is going down. Actually, when one is going up, the other one is staying fixed in place. And then the other one, when that starts going up, this one will stay in place. And then we also have our three sizes of whistle. Back here we have our crane, as well as the flag up here, and the little bird, which this is just a remolding of a friend's bird from not too long ago. But this time it's just printed in black and white with no gunmetal gray like the others. But on each side we have a 1928 1x3 printed piece, as well as a SS Willy 1x6 printed piece. And then the steam wheel is probably the most annoying part to build, because you have to build paddle, 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 and so on and so forth. But not only do you have to build one, you have to build two of them. But anyway, there's a quick overview of sort of the everything that you sort of notice right off the bat. But back here we have our rudder, which you can't articulate the rudder, it's just fixed in place. Or, well, a rudder's not supposed to move like that, but you can move it like that. And then the crane back here, also relating back to the original short, because this is supposed to be the Steamboat Willie. You can rotate it 160, and then I think we find the new wielder of Thor's hammer. It's Mickey of 1928. That's a pretty weird thing to find out. But next to Thor's hammer, we have our little bucket with the black handle, and then over here we have a couple little storage containers, and on top of that we have a potato bin, as well as a pan and a pot hung up on the wall. And then as for the crane, you can actually do a couple things with this. Not only can you hook up the little hook piece that the set includes, which you are intended to hook onto this, and then you can pull those around, pick them up out of the water, on land, or on shore. But as for pulling the wheel out, this little piece that you see here is not supposed to be there. I was just lazy and didn't want to tie it, so I didn't. But I don't recommend just pulling this, because you'll probably snap it off. I recommend grabbing this rod up here and then pull it. because then you're not tugging on anything, and then you can reel it back in. And then I really like this setup here that they have here. Instead of just a gear or something, what I would usually do, they actually have a crank right here, so it's pretty nice to use. But other than that, that's sort of the external details for the interesting things. And we have a couple windows and doors that you will notice that are on the front and the side. They are not on the back, but there is one of these doors on the back. All of these are blocked off or just blocked. These cannot open, and these are just blocked off with dark gray corner bricks, which are modified 1x2s. But other than that, I did try to get these turned around so that you had the grit facing outside, so that it wasn't just flat and sort of looking boring. But it didn't work because these pieces are not designed to go like that, so whatever. It doesn't look bad, but I definitely don't like the look all that much. But other than everything being blocked off, let's go and take a look at the inside of the cab, which you can pop the whole entire roof off and take a closer look at these little whistles here. So I have your large one, your medium one, and your little itty-bitty one, which I think in the short, the big one and the short one whistle, but then the little one is like, I don't know, not paying attention and doesn't whistle, so this one smacks it, and then it whistles, which is a bit funny, kind of like the classic Disney. But anyway, inside we have two of these little, what would you call them, safety or lifeguard hoops, and then we also have a wheel on a loose joint, which is nice, so that it's not sort of half fixed in place. And then we have a couple of these 1x4s with only 2 studs holding the roof on, as well as what I think is supposed to be a bell, which you can kind of articulate and, well, you can pop it off if you really want to. But what I was going to say is you can not only have it breaking, but you can also put it into a certain position to make it look like it's swinging and dinging, rather. And then on the floor, we actually have a collectible minifigure stand, which is used for Mickey, which if I can grab Mickey and take off his sheet music, because I don't think he needs that right now, we will put him right here. And it's a bit weird because Mickey is not going to be able to see anything. He's really short. Not only is his hat the only thing popping up, you just can't really see him besides if you look through the side window. So I don't know if Mickey's old enough to operate this or if he's just extremely short. But you can turn his head if you want him sort of looking out the window, or you could just stand him like that, saying hi or something. I've done that with a couple of my models. But anyway, you can keep Mickey in, but I'm going to personally keep Mickey right here. There we go. So I'm going to keep him sort of stood like that with Mickey or Minnie sitting opposite to him. But that is the external detailing and the little bit of internal detailing. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the underside of this, which usually I wouldn't really do for any set. But I really want to show this as it is very, very colorful. I didn't think it was going to be colorful at first when I first heard the rumors of this set coming to exist in the first place. But I watched James' review, and while he was building it, well, actually, I watched his speed build on his other channel. It was weird to see that the first thing beginning built was basically a rainbow with gears. But it's all hidden up by all this white stuff and also the black base, which is built sort of weird. It's sort of upside down, but clips in, which I don't know if I can get this to pull out for you guys. I don't really want to pull it out because it's annoying to clip back in. But if you guys can see in there's a couple little bolt joints in there holding this thing in. But other than that, this is just a loose truck, or not a loose truck, but a loose set of wheels. This one is actually the only drive wheel that is turning everything. So this orange and red thing that you see moving up and down is actually powering a very big green plate in there. And that is what's making your two smokestacks articulate opposite to each other. And then you have a whole bunch of gears running up to the smokestacks, but there is a gear right in there. That I don't know if the camera can see it, but that is what leads up to the steam wheels or steam paddles. And then the rest of the wheels lead up to the smokestacks. But anyway, there is the Joel Michaud review of the Steamboat Willy boat, or Steamboat Willy, as the set is called. So if you guys enjoyed, or if you like the set like me, make sure that you subscribe, watch the recent video, like this video, and turn on that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future uploads. Bye for now, and thank you very, very much for watching.